Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining us at Operation Olive Branch. We are a grassroots movement aimed at amplifying the voices of Palestinians. And today you will get to meet one of our OOB families. Minna lives in the West Bank of Palestine, while her sister's family is currently displaced in Gaza. We'll get to know her better today on OOB Live. I'm Ryan, an accomplice here, and I'd love to start by introducing you to some of the OOB family here that might be familiar faces to some of you. We'll just go around the room, and at the end, we'll come back to Minna. We'll save the best for last. So if we wouldn't mind, our friend here, Mustafa, would you like to just start off by just giving us a brief introduction of who you are?
Sure, I'm Mustafa. I'm a social worker. I live in the United States, and I'm just so happy to be here to support everyone that I can. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. We appreciate your help. Mikal, my friend Mikal.
Hi everyone, I'm Mikal. I'm a funder for two families I am helping out, and I'm glad to be here and supporting Minna and her family.
Yeah, awesome. Monster Myron.
Hi, I'm Myron. Uh, uh,
We
I
love
met
you, Myron.
I met Minna how many months ago, and we really connected. And I'm glad to help her on this new YouTube live thing that I've never done before. But
Never,
yeah,
not once. Well, we're
not
glad to have
ever.
you. Thank you for supporting. Minna appreciates it, and we certainly do. Cat attack. Meow.
Hi, I also go by, Kat for short. I help host some lives on TikTok for some of the families, and I've just been helping out in any way that I can.
Yeah, big help to the families for sure. And again, being able to meet the families face to face is an excellent way to not let their stories, happen in the dark. We need to bring this to the light. Farron, an introduction, if you will.
Oh,
Good morning.
hello. I'm from Florida. I don't know if I have to say where I'm from.
No,
I'm organizing for one family in Arafah, and I've been doing some lives as well. And I appreciate all of you so, so much. And I'm happy to be here.
right back at you. Right back at you. Again, best for last. So this is our lovely Minna, who will be telling us today about her family, who is again currently residing displaced in Gaza. She is this direction. She is in the West Bank, and you'd think that living so close in close proximity that you would be able to spend a lot of time with your family, but learning your story, I found that that is simply not the case because of, apartheid and segregation. So learning, listening to people who are being oppressed by our tax dollar is something that we should be doing. We should know what is happening with our money. And I can't wait to learn a little bit more about your family today, Minna. So let's get to know you.
Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum, good morning and good afternoon. It's 6 p.m. here, and I do really appreciate you waking up so early to do this with me to support my family as well. So, Ryan, as you mentioned that I based in the West Bank, and I'm trying to help my sister who's trapped in Rafah at the moment. My sister Raghda, she's 38 years old. She got married long time ago in Gaza. She got married like in early age. However, she had a very nice. She's having still now, Alhamdulillah, a nice husband, four kids, Muhammad, Minna, Yumna, and Ali, and her husband Tamir. They were like such a happy family, like any other families in the world, not even in the West Bank or Palestine. They are highly educated. My sister used to work as an HR in a private company in Gaza. Tamer, he finished just the high school. Minna, she's studying at Al Azhar. She used to study at Al Azhar University, computer science. Muhammad, business administrative, and Ali and Yumna still at school. Um, Raghda worked so hard to maintain safety and to secure her family safety all over the years. As you may all know, that Gaza has been targeted many times and witnessed many, many wars. But they never, ever had the chance to witness such an atrocity, unfortunately. In this G-side that is going on the strip, my sister lost her house on the second day of the G-side, on October the 10th at 10:30 p.m. They got just a phone call from ITF requesting or forcing them to leave the house in 5 minutes only. So they were confused to what to take or how they will leave without anything. So they left without taking any belongings, not even medication, medical reports, passports, IDs, nothing at all. They just left the house with Bragda just took her house keys with her. She was trying or thinking. She thought that she will go back to the house the next day as usual. But after 2 days, she went back to the neighborhood and she found her house demolished to the ground. She could not find any belongings, not even a photo, a single photo of her family at the rappel. And that was like a concerning and alert for me here in the West Bank and trying to help her as much as I can. So, with the help of Tamer's family, they went to some relative house. They stayed there for like 1 week, and then they started to like evacuation them from area to another. Um, when we say evacuation, it's not like evacuation on your own behalf, like you are the one who wanted to evacuate yourself, not at all. You are forced to leave your house, your area, by the ITF in order to save your life. But unfortunately, everywhere they go, every single house they went to, they were have been targeted. So Ragda and the rest of the family fled 5 times from till they secured Rafah and reached Rafah and secured safety in Rafah. The first area that they went to, Deir al Balah, they stood there for like a 1 month and a half at Tamer's relatives, and then they were like forced to leave the house again by a phone call. So they left everything behind and ran away to a Nusayrat camp. Uh, Raghda told me that the most hard situation she faced with her family, with my nieces and nephews and my in-law in a Nusayrat camp, she told me that she felt the starvation over there because they were like isolated from all over the Gaza district. There was no food, no water, even medication. So for Tamer, which I will introduce his story after I finish this part of the forcing people to leave their houses and areas. Uh, and she told me that she used to wrap like a tissue or a scarf on her stomach just to not feel the hunger of like there was no food. So she used to wrap her stomach with a scarf or a tissue, like I don't know what kind of scarf she used, or like that was so hard to hear actually. So afterwards they were forced again to flee to another area. So they went to Khan Yunis, to مستشفى to Al Nasser hospital, and then this hospital were targeted, so they flee to Rafah. They had to buy a tent with $900. However, it must be an aid for all the refugees that fled from the north to the south. Now they are fine, but they are not really okay. Like they're okay, but not fine. They are trying to save their lives. I'm trying here to raise up the voices of Raghda, Tamer, Muhammad, Yumna, and Ali, and Manna. So if you heard about my story, I've been on TikTok for several times since the war started, and then it's like shifted to G side, unfortunately. So Tamer, my brother-in-law, had a kidney transplant 4 years ago, and now he used to live in one kidney with one kidney only. So, and he had a kidney failure before. So doctors in Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza decided to get him a donor for having a new kidney. So after like a long journey between Egypt and Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza, they were secure to they were secure to have like a kidney for Tamer, and he had the surgery at Al Shifa Hospital in Gaza 4 years ago. And Alhamdulillah, that was an amazing and um, an amazing job to achieve. Like, imagine that you are in Europe or in the state, you will be suffer to have like a donor to get a kidney. Imagine. So imagine the situation in Gaza. You are sieged for 17 years, and you are not allowed to travel for any medical treatment, and you are not allowed to even get your medication. So, Alhamdulillah, he got the kidney. It's functioned well. But unfortunately, nowadays, Tamer is threatened to have a 90% of kidney failure again. So I'm here with the OOB, with you all guys, to um, try to reach the goal for my sister family on GoFundMe, so they can all evacuate Rafah as soon as possible. So this photo that we are all saying now, this is Tamer before years ago, like 2013 and 14. He had a tumor between the hearing canal and till the back of his head and neck. So in this photo, he had like two surgery, and they removed the tumor, alhamdulillah, and he lost his hearing sense for days and months. But with the medical treatment and the surgeries he had, he were able to get back his hearing sense again. So yeah, I was in this period of time with them. And as you may know that if you are living in the West Bank, you cannot go to Gaza. Vice versa for Gazans, they cannot go to the West Bank whenever they want. They are allowed to visit the West Bank only if they have a medical issue. They will get a medical treatment permit to get treatment in West Bank hospitals or so-called Israeli hospital. So this is Tamer and this is Minna. Minna is responsible for Tamer's medication and health care. She stayed there for her father, trying to to assure him again that he will be fine. So she's accompanying Tamer all the time in this period in Rafah. And one thing that is important to mention, that Tamer and the two kids, Muhammad and Ali, since October last year, they have been seeking the car as a shelter to sleep in day and night. So imagine that you are living in a car, like a small car, day and night. Imagine the huge amount of viruses, and the area is not really clean. The lack of hygienity has affected them all. So Ali got hepatitis, Muhammad as well. Minna got hepatitis as well. Yumna, she had this, like, I don't know, medical, I don't know how to say it in English, but she had this situation of fainting a lot in the tent, in the market, anywhere, due to the lack of vitamins and clean food and water. So with you guys, I was able to reach not half of my goal, like 60% of my goal. So the goal is, as you all may know and hear, that $21,000, and we are now $13,000. So I'm so glad that you here supporting me and trying to support my sister as well to reach the goal. And I just wanted to share with you all that we finally got the approval from GoFundMe team to withdraw the $13,000. So I'm planning to withdraw the money and try to evacuate three of my sister's family member. The most important and number one priority is Tamer, to evacuate him in order to get his medical treatment in Egyptian's hospital. One of the most important thing that he will do in Egypt is a kidney biopsy to see if his kidney working well or not, as well as many other tests like blood test and pressure test as well. This is one of the good news that I have to share it with you all. I'm so happy, alhamdulillah. And this is back to all of you and other TikTokers on the TikTok platform. The second the second thing is a bad news about Tamer, that he cannot move nowadays. Something went wrong with his knee, so he cannot walk or even like he cannot even sleep because he had much pain in his knee. There is nothing to do. They went to the medical point, not a hospital, medical point in a tent, and they just told him to take painkiller. And this is the most bad things that you cannot find a painkiller in Rafah. So my sister were like doing a massage for his knee and rubbing it with olive oil, like the old traditional treatment. So he's okay, but he cannot walk. And if he needs to walk or to get up of the car, or someone needs to carry him, like not fully carrying him, he need a stick to walk in with. Sorry.
Also, Minna,
So
I
so
just want to tell everyone too as well, with the pain meds, a lot of pain meds you can't take if you have kidney issues. So he would need very specific pain meds in order for him to help and without worsening his kidney function. So that's like another concern and another like element of it that makes it more difficult.
yes, indeed, Kat. And one of the other good news that we were able to secure Tamer two patch of medication through one organization on TikTok, and the other one like individual work through, yes, this is it, through some TikTokers. So yeah, alhamdulillah. After this photo, Tamer were so tired, he cannot even walk, and he needs some help to get him to the bathroom, to get breakfast if they have breakfast that day. And if like his voice is very, very concerning me. Like he cannot even take the normal breath, not at all. And one of the important things that I have to mention, that the heat wave that they are witnessing in Gaza, there is no air in Gaza. Seriously. They live in a tent made of wood and plastic, so they cannot even breathe well in this atmosphere. And as you know, that your kidney is responsible for your dehydration. If I got any mistake in medical terms, please, Kat, come in and help me. So he's sweating too much, Tamer, and the lack of clean water does not help him to move, like to stay alive. So everything in Rafah is like disappointed Raghda, Tamer, and the kids. Like even the internet connection, you cannot find it. Like, alhamdulillah that I get the chance to get these photos, but not all the time that I can talk to them. And I feel sorry, actually. I feel sorry for my sister and for other families in Gaza that they are witnessing such an atrocity. Like, why in the world such beautiful people would like, not would like, well, like, why they are, we like, in general, we are human being, and we love life. We need, we are highly educated people. We do everything. There is no differences between you guys and us. This is Minna and Yumna. And for the one who does not know me well, like, the only chances that I had to meet my sister when she was here with Tamer for medical treatment only, like 4 times, maybe 5 times, years ago. Like the last time I saw Tamer back in 2018, when he came here for a medical treatment, and this photo was back in 2013. So it's not an easy task to adapt that you cannot see or hug your own sister. The only thing that we had to like WhatsApp call, regular phone calls, and video calls, and that's it. So I'm not sure, or let me say that I have still this hope that I will be able to evacuate them once I reach my goal. If not, I don't know how much should I give more to save my sister and her family. So I count on you. I really into the work that you are doing, guys, and I do appreciate it. Like, I just don't want to get in, or to have false hope evacuating my own sister and her kids, especially that my brother-in-law is very, very sick. So I hope through this live on YouTube for the first time, people will hear the story, like a different people that we know, we all know from OBB or TikTok will hear the story, try to push a little bit on the GoFundMe account. Hala, I know that the currency make people like hesitate on contribute, but it's so easy. I've been like I wrote the conversion between the Danish kroner to USD, how much for like $10, $20, and 50 and 100. So please do not be confused. Just read the story. It's on the top of the GoFundMe story. You will find $10 equals 70 Danish kroner, 20 150 Danish kroner, and so on. So I'm happy actually that I had the chance to create them a GoFundMe account with the help of a friend of mine who lives in Denmark. His name is Shadi. I'm so proud to have him as a friend, as a brother actually. He was there for me as you guys were there for me and still fighting with me to reach our goal. Um, Please let me know if you have any questions, any concerns. So, or if I missed anything.
I think maybe what we could explain to our audience who doesn't know you, because we here are we've been able to talk to you for weeks now, months, what, however long it's been. The reason that Minna has to protect her identity, the reason why she has stickers on her face, or why she's wearing her kufia over her face, is because um, she has to protect her identity, because she has already had some issues. I mean, I don't know if you care to talk about that, but that could be something that might confuse people as to, why sometimes people have covering their face.
Yeah,
This is a dangerous situation.
it is. It is, Sandwich, especially when you are based in the West Bank, you cannot protect how dangerous you are in this like situation. However, you have the freedom to use internet, to travel, to drive, to go to work, to school, university. But with the situation, unfortunately, we are threatened by ITF and the Israeli government
Yes.
that we will lose work permits, medical permits. For the ones who does not know about the West Bank, we are not allowed to travel to Jerusalem unless you have a permit. This permit will allow you to travel to East Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, wherever you want to go there. Um, because you don't have the blue ID. So we have the green ID. So we are not allowed to visit Jerusalem unless you have the permit for medical treatment or a worker. So in my case, unfortunately, I was reported because I've been using TikTok to raise up awareness about my sister case. And unfortunately, I lost my work permit. So that's why I have to come over here, guys, covering my whole face. But I promise you, I'm here just to evacuate my sister, nothing else. Like, I need to save their lives, and that's it.
Right. Right. So that's the kind of issues that our friends are dealing with. I know what you look like. I have your pictures. Like, we had this conversation beforehand. What can I and can I not show? Because there's a huge risk for you in speaking out simply to save your family's life. It's
Yeah,
it's insane. It's unfair.
there
Um,
is.
to live so close yet so far.
Yeah, like
And
Sandwich, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but if
please,
I want to visit Gaza, I need a special permit. Imagine. And it will take me 2 days to reach Gaza, or one day, like 24 hours or
Oh
48
my God.
hours. And sometimes they will like let you go through the checkpoints and everything. And once you reach Erez checkpoint, the only checkpoint that allows you to cross Gaza, sometimes the soldiers will tell you, okay, no, you are not allowed to come in. Bye bye. Get back to, or go back to your to the West Bank, to
Oh my God.
whenever you, yeah.
So after all that time spent waiting, going through whichever checkpoints, whatever, you might have
Mm-hmm.
to turn around and go back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And imagine if if
Or
you're ill doing things
yeah,
like this,
yeah, yeah,
like, your brother-in-law is Tamara's,
yeah.
having he can barely walk right now because he hurt
Yes.
himself. But even if his knee was not injured, he's still very ill from not
Yeah.
having his medicine. His, as Kat said, his kidneys are unable to really, I don't know how they're processing the water, the contaminated water that
Yeah.
he's drinking.
Big concern with that is it's been really hot, like as Minna was saying, like in the 100, like for Americans, like 100 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And you can imagine, even when you have normal kidney function, it's hard to stay hydrated, but your urine is what kind of helps you stay hydrated. So if you don't have working kidney function, it's much easier to get really dehydrated and to get really sick in the heat. So she is really close to her goal for getting them out. And I'm very concerned about him, especially within this heat and being in a tent. So it is really important. And yeah, I can't imagine. I think also like a big thing with the checkpoints is how much time they take away from you guys. Like that's something I feel like it's not talked about. Like if you're trying to work and have like enjoy life, like imagine how much time it would take to like go to
Yeah.
these places. They just waste all this time
Yeah.
standing
Yeah,
around.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like you
Yeah.
you you can wait on the checkpoint to cross the borders for like hours, literally hours to just reach your workplace or to go to the hospital. Like and for most people who really need medical treatment in the West Bank, they must get a medical referral from the Ministry of Health in order to get proper medication or medical treatment or hospitalization in Israeli hospitals. So sometimes they stop the ambulances that transferring the patient from area to another, and like destroying the spirit of you as a human being. It will be destroyed. Like we do not deserve to live such a life, and that's it. Like punct.
Yeah,
So,
I get frustrated, like, seriously, going to Disneyland, waiting in the line for a couple hours for a ride. Like, I'm not that this is comparable, but could you imagine that your life is spent hours and hours for simple things, not even, just to work, just to be able
yeah,
to support yourself, and you have to factor in hours and hours of your day of commute,
yeah.
and then you might not even make it.
You can't plan things. I think
R
that's
No,
No.
not at all. Not at all. Seriously, even inviting your friends from Jerusalem to the West Bank, you cannot. Like they might close the borders in any minute.
yeah.
Right?
I mean, I just imagine that, like literally never really be able to plan anything, and your just day could be completely upended at any moment. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, it's hard to live actually here. It's hard. Sometimes they need to adapt the situation, as my coworkers say, because they are from the States. But my question is, for how long, or how should I adapt such a situation in Gaza? Like, how should I adapt or witnessing my sister threatened to be killed or unalived in any minute?
you can say killed here.
Yeah. So yeah, like imagine that you have
You
this
can say
concerns
anything.
day and night.
Right. It's just terror. It's being tortured. listening
Yeah.
to those drones, like even when I like, when you scroll on TikTok and you just hear it, I mean, I hear a plane right now. It just came in, and I'm immediately thinking of Palestine. I can't imagine what like your nieces and nephews are dealing, and adults alike. But I'm always concerned with what the children and how they're handling this when like all their school, their education, like everything's just been upended.
Yeah. Well,
I
they are destroyed. They are traumatized. Before we had this live, I had the chance to talk with Raghda and my two nieces. Okay. After then, they got an internet connection. It's a point something. I don't know. This is the first time that I'm hearing of this connection. Like, if you got a point from the Egyptians or the eSIM, you can talk and have the internet connection back.
Okay.
So yeah, Minna recorded me the drone above her head, and she told me, wrote me, I cannot handle it anymore. I'm going to be crazy. I'm losing it.
Oh yeah. Actually, we do have a video. The one that you sent me. Would you mind
Yeah,
if we played that of her? The one where she's
yeah,
thanking
yeah,
us?
yeah.
That made me
Of
cry.
course, yeah.
And the reason
Go
I
ahead.
want to play that is because I just want you to hear, like if you've not been able, if you're in the audience and you've not come across like some of the media of what daily our friends have to listen to, it would drive you insane. Give me a second. I'm just going to make it a little bit larger here. Okay, so just listen.
Dear OOP team, dear Myron, Ryan, and Kat, I hope all is well. I wanted to thank you for your consistent support towards our goal and GoFundMe to reach safety and help my father get a proper medical treatment. Thank you so much. Keep the good work up.
Okay, that one wasn't so bad because you can hear that she's somewhere where there's a bunch of people. But that one she sent last night, Minna sent last night, and it made me cry because that was just
Yeah, I'm so
uh,
sorry,
no,
guys. No, I'm so sorry. You
no,
know what?
no, you stop apologizing. Oh my gosh, I don't mean cry like I just mean like I don't know, like it touches me, and I want them to be safe, and I want them to be happy.
Yeah, I know. She's always like asking me like where we are on the GoFundMe. Where or when are we will be able to evacuate? It's been long, long, long time. She's I'm sorry. I'm losing my sentences and word and
No, it's
when I'm
okay.
speaking on behalf of them, but like I don't have anything to provide them. Like even sending them cash, it's impossible now. Like if you want to send $200, they will take like 20% of the $200 or sometimes 25 or sometimes 50. Like I
Wow.
cannot send them cash. I don't have that much of cash, of course, but sometimes they need to buy water, and now they are just depending on the water that came from the camp that they are in. And 4 days ago, Minna was sick because the people who are responsible of the tanks water, they forgot to close it, so a bird were like in the water, died in the water, and causes some like affection of all the people in the camp,
Oh no.
including Minna. So they are not drinking as well clean water.
Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah,
so gross. I'm so sorry. Oh,
yeah. So
but these are the conditions that they're living with. Every
yeah,
day is a fight for survival. I
yeah.
mean, we're not just okay. Yeah, there's bombs, there's drones, there's helicopters,
This is
quadcopters. I mean,
this is Yeah, this is one war. And the second,
Yeah,
fighting for being alive, fighting to get
exactly.
clean water, fighting to get food.
Exactly. That's
And
exactly what it is.
yeah, and the prices there are very, very high.
Are you
Very
able to
high.
speak to that at all? Are you able to tell us, like what some prices of like the inflation difference between like pre and now?
Yeah, okay. So, in the past, it's well known that Gaza, one of the most cheap, like cheapest area markets in the strip. Like you can get food, drink. You can go to a restaurant like Gaza. Sorry, Raghda family. If they go to a restaurant for a high class restaurant in Gaza, they will pay for dinner like I think 70 $70, okay, or 100, let's say. And nowadays they are trying to get some flour for $800, sugar for $70.
What?
Yes, and I think Fadi facing the same situation.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, and
Wow.
Nutella, you all aware of the Nutella chocolate.
Yeah.
It's almost 30 or $35.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So the last time Yumna were asking about the Nutella, and they went to the next door market, and my sister couldn't afford it.
Oh.
She couldn't afford it. She told Yumna, "No, I'm sorry. I can't get you anything else but not Nutella." So they went to get Snickers or Mars. They were so expensive. So my sister told Minna, "I'm sorry, I cannot afford it." Like the Snickers bar is like for like $20.
Oh my, I don't even know what to say to that. How do you live? You
I don't
don't.
know. Yeah,
You
we
can't. You
don't.
don't eat sometimes.
We don't. We don't. And for the West Bank, we are living in a very high expenses life like routine. Everyone say that Ramallah, Nablus, Jenin, Hebron are the most expensive area in the West Bank. Like our prices here higher than other country in Europe or on the state.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the rent house is are very higher, like very very expensive. Like you cannot get an furnitured apartment or studio less than $1,200. Studio. We are not talking about a whole house with front and backyard.
Right.
Like one room studio, $1,200.
And
And our salaries here are not higher as
right, I was
Jerusalem or
just gonna say, like,
States or
what do
yeah,
you what are you making? Like, if you're not, that's already a high price,
yeah.
and if you're not
Like
making a good salary, a good wage.
so, like teachers here, the salaries for teachers in the West Bank and Gaza are the same almost because they are working on honor schools. They got like $600 per month.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
Uh, unless you are working in a private sector or international institutions. Here, a different story. Like for people who working in a different and in a private sector, they will get like 1,200 per month. For international institution, it depends on the institution itself, if Americans or European one. So it's like the salaries starts at 2,500, and it depends on your education. If you got a master's degree, it will be different. PhD, it will be more different. Like the higher education you are, the higher salary you get. in international institutions only or NGOs.
And I've noticed how education is so important to our Palestine. Like everybody's educated.
It is.
Everybody is getting like
Yeah,
a college education, and I'm a little bit jealous.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So even to have the education, right? And
Mm.
then because of all the blockades, et cetera, apartheid, whatnot, you're still, even with that education, not necessarily going to be making like a huge amount of money.
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
Can I
And
jump in real quick?
Yes,
yeah,
please.
As you're talking and the expense and the cost of not only, the food items in Gaza right now, but also just the living expenses for you, having a job and trying to make ends meet day by day. I cannot imagine what it's like, not barely being able to support yourself with what you make. And then on top of that, having a family that can't work because they're in that condition and not being able to, knowing that they cannot provide for themselves. I just want to express how my condolences for you, because I cannot imagine that situation.
thank you, Mustafa. But at the end, I needed to do a double shift work. So at the beginning of the war, I had to work double shift in order to support my sister with some cash. As a freelancer, I don't have like a settled job. I don't have a settled salary, so I had to work double shift. So that was the most hardest thing on me because I need to stay like all night, uh, trying to spread awareness about my sister campaign. The day I just need to work like 5 hours, 5 hours here and there in order to get more cash.
Oh,
And
boy.
because they left without like anything, they lost everything. So I'm the only one who can provide them with some help. Even with the help, like you cannot mention that help, but I helped them like at the beginning of the war after they lost their house and lost everything. Imagine that I had to issue them a new passports, and each passport costed me um, 70 $80 for each person.
Wow.
Yeah, and there are six family members.
Right. Ooh.
Yeah,
Like this
and I
is a
had
lot if you wanted to go on vacation, you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh gosh, okay, let me think. Can we afford but in an emergency situation, and now you've got to drop all this cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
How?
and you cannot save here anymore. Like in
Right.
our culture, you need to work hard, fast, in order to keep you alive, in order to pay your house rent, your telephone rent, your insurance, for your car, for your health, for everything around you. And honestly, no one, even in Gaza or West Bank, imagined that Gaza will witness such an genocide. Like we imagined that okay, it will be like the others the other previous war in Gaza, like 2018,
Mhm.
14, 10, but that was like I don't know. Sometimes I'm walking and talking to myself, like what should I do? Who should I go for? Who should I ask for some help? I reached Heal Institution and they said that we cannot help.
Mm.
I reached PCR, Palestinian PCRF, I guess. They said we cannot. help in this regard. We cannot even provide a cash or medication.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, I've been in contact with several institutions or NGOs in Canada, but unfortunately they said, "Oh, sorry, we cannot help." So who should I go for? Like, and seriously, like, I don't have anyone. Like, I'm not a person with a great power here. Like, I'm a regular human being.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah.
What do and I would love for the audience, if you're watching now, if you're watching later, as you're listening to Minna's story, is just to simply put yourself into her position. What do you do? What can you do? And I'm just so thankful that there are human beings out there like you guys here, like the OOB accomplices and all the amazing people who have donated, contributed, and even those who haven't been able to contribute, they use their platform, they use their voice, they are out sharing flyers. I am thankful so much for that, but this must be so incredibly frightening, anxiety inducing, to know your family is just within arm's reach, and the only thing you can do is pay an extortion fee to get them to safety while bombs are being dropped over their tent, and they have hepatitis and they're not eating and they need medication. You're so strong. Like, I hope you give yourself credit for the advocacy that you have been doing. Like, even in this adversity, the ability to still, like, cognitively think and, like, okay, who can I reach out to? Who can I talk to? You're doing it. Like, you're doing everything that you
Yeah.
can do, we're gonna keep supporting you.
Thank you.
I just want you to
Thank you.
know you're amazing.
Thank you so much. Like, as I said, I'm not, I'm really honest with you guys. Like, you are my second family. And I had a second siblings on TikTok as well. I have mentioned that. Imagine that I've been for real, like talking to myself, like walking to myself, walking alone on the street, like talking to myself out loud, and even like holding this notebook. I don't know if you can see it.
Kinda.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the green screen.
This one. Yeah. Mm, like calculating how much I need, where should I go, how much
Oh,
we are missing, who should I call. Like, I wrote a bunch of Palestinian businessmen, and I tried to meet them with false hope, unfortunately.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is unfortunately the world that we're dealing with. Not everybody is willing to even just listen, um, which I
Yeah.
think is deplorable, because we at least owe it to our Palestinian friends to hear their stories. Like, this should not be happening. They should not be dealing with this or going through this alone. Not when it's our money making it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not at all. Um, so we're at 54 minutes now. Does anybody have any questions? Does anyone want to chime in and say anything? Minna, if there's anything that you haven't said. And guys in the audience, please remember things like $5 does go a long way, because when this stream, like right now, there's 35 people watching. If 35 people were able to give $5, or, as this stream continues to be pushed out to other people, more people are directed to Minna's content, through our sharing. Those fives start to add up, and that $7,000 goal starts to shrink, because she's so very close to being able to get all her family to safety and not have to pick and choose, right? No one wants. how could you? You know, it's like that analogy that people throw at you sometimes, like at a stupid party when people are drinking too much and there's people in the water and you've got one lifesaver. Who are you throwing it to? Like, this is a horrible true story right now. We can't
Yeah.
let this happen. We have to help by whatever means necessary. And if that means, $5, maybe not going out and buying that cake that you were going to buy, or the coffee, whatever it is, or asking, maybe a rich friend to match your $5, or heck, maybe they want to give more. Like, don't be afraid to ask. Trust me, I'm asking people myself. um, and
Just
sometimes you really do get a good response. So,
And just it looks like there's like a big gap because it's in Danish kroner, but she's only like
yes,
7,000, 6,000 away from the goal, which is
right.
really not that much. If just a couple of people give a good amount, yeah, it looks like there's a large gap, but honestly, like she can hit this goal fairly quickly if everyone kind of just gives a little bit. I just gave some. I hope that other people will be willing to get Mina across the goal.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kat.
Yes,
And
Richard, exactly.
I just wanted to thank you all again. You are here, and from the beginning, you guys, like, I've been trying to reach you since I started to advocate for my sister campaign. And I do remember that I stood, wake up. Okay, I'm losing my words. I stood one night when you had this live with her, and when I had the chance to speak, I lost it all. Like, I start to cry, if you guys remember, and I lost my word. Like, okay, I need your help, but I've been there for hours and listening to other family stories who lost one of the family member, who someone who in the hospital. I was like traumatized, and like I got the fear that I will witness such a thing toward my sister. So at that moment, I said, okay, okay, Minna, you need to be strong. You need to fight. You need to be there in this platform. You need voice. Your voice will reach as much people as you will be there. So thank you all for this. And through you guys, I always say that the power of you will reach our goal, and we will able to save other families life. So thank you so much, and I hope that you will meet Raghda, Tamer, and the kids in a such amazing video once they are evacuated to Egypt. And remember, the time is running by so fast, and the process of register their names on Yahala office, it will take 1 month and 2 weeks. So the more faster we are, the more I will able to travel to Egypt in order to register their names at Yahala office, the faster that they are evacuated. So through this live on YouTube, I'm asking you happily, and like sister to sister, sister to brother, and a family, for a family, to look into my story and my sister case and try to contribute with $5 or $10 to make this process or to proceed faster in this campaign, so we can witness and achieve such an uh, amazing moment that I'm excited to witness with you, with my sister. You are muted. Sandra.
Oopsie. Yeah, I was just saying we're excited for that day. I'm hopeful for that day to be very soon, that we can witness them free, evacuated safely.
Yeah, and I just remember to mention one important thing, that all I do respect them all. Like they are like friends to me. I met them here and on the ground. They have one point of view, which is we are not in a place to empty Gaza from its people. So, for the people who are thinking this way, we are not trying to leave Gaza empty. We're trying to evacuate our families to get a second chance to live. So, once they have this chance, they can go back to Gaza and build it again.
Right.
However, for some people, they are trying to just feed people and keep them in Gaza, trying to, like, you are not helping them. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to say this word. Like, you are not helping us. We need them strong, alive, healthy, in order to go back for like, to go back to their lands,
Right.
to build their houses. You are just making things worse by providing people there with food and water. If as I said before, if they are not, if they will not be killed by bomb and or tanks or whatever, they will be killed from lack of food, medication, water, the heat wave, etc. So please, please, for all the people that are listening, we are not trying to let Gaza behind us. We love our land and we are sure that we will go back to it. For my sister, for example, she refused to create her a GoFundMe account since the start of the G-side. I created the account on February, mid-February. She was refusing to mention her name, her photos, her kids, everything to the public. And she told me that I'm going back to the north. I'm going to build my house again. I have a land over there. And now, every time I speak or I have the chance to talk with my sister, she's always telling me I just need to evacuate Tamer to get his hospitalization, proper hospitalization, and then I will go back to Gaza. I will go back to the north. I will rebuild the house. I will let my kids again get their education.
Um, I'm actually glad that you brought that point up, because, and as like Corey said in the audience here, what is the point of people in Gaza if they are too sick to rebuild and even survive, right? Our goal isn't to take everybody out of Gaza. We just want them to survive. That's why we have different like pages down here for those who are, they just want to stay and they want support, right? We have the perinatal project, the OOB perinatal project, where we are helping deliver food, diapers, things of that nature. Like there's things that we're also supporting on the ground, as well as like we're not the only one, as well as other organizations to help people who do want to stay, who do just need food and water or to buy a tent. We have those links on here as well. So to simply say that our goal is to only move people out and that's giving the Zionists what they want is wrong. Letting people die is what the Zionists want. That's the only goal of the colonizers, right? So our goal is to keep people alive first and then build these relationships like we're building with you, Minna. So, we know like your family's names, like we're part of the community now. Like We're learning the culture as we do this. And this is an experience where we have an opportunity to come together and to truly make change. I'm not saying it's going to be overnight, but um, giving the Zionists what they want is not it. It's never going to be it.
Can I jump in real quick?
Please jump in.
So, you know, as an ally and as a supporter, right? I'm not here to make an opinion on what Gazans and Palestinians should do, right? I'm here to support you and give you the resources so you and your family can make a decision on what's right for you. And that's the best thing that I can do, right? To assist you with getting the resources so you can look after yourself and your family and you guys determine what is best for you. That is not my place.
Exactly, Richard. Like I don't want to be the voice of, there we go.
Hi again. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Welcome back. We were just saying,
Yeah.
Richard was basically just saying that I don't want to be the voice of the Palestinians. No, none of us do. We want you, the Palestinians, to be the voice. And if Palestinians are saying, hey, can you please help us get to safety so we can survive? Then we owe it to them to listen to their, their story, what's happening to them, how their lives have been in upheaval. And it's not their fault. They're everyday people just like you and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But regarding this point, so without you guys, we cannot even like reach the global, you know? So that's why I'm saying always that we are the voices of people in Gaza, okay? And you are my voice to the world. Like without you guys, I wouldn't be here doing this now. I wouldn't be on TikTok or on any other platform. So I always say that the power of we as a strong, and we can make change. So the only thing that like cheer me up this morning, the email of the GoFundMe team that you can withdraw the $13,000. So I was really, really happy, and but I will be more happier if I reached the goal and evacuated the whole family together. Like I cannot select, for example, one or two or three. Like okay, one number one priority is Tamer, but who's the two with them?
mm-hmm.
It's so hard, Sandwich. Like Yumna, she told me, no, yeah, you will do it, Auntie. You will do it, right? And I said, yes, don't worry, I'm here for you.
Oh.
So it's hard. It's hard to pick one family member to survive, and the other will wait. So I hope that I will reach the goal as soon as possible. And yeah, and the point, I don't know where I just froze when I was talking about the we are not going to abandon our land. But
Mm-mm.
seriously, it's just you guys are for everyone who's listening now, you are guys giving us the second, like a second chance to live, so we can go back and rebuild and um, live our life like normal people again. We're not going to Canada or the States, we're going to Egypt. And that's it. Yeah, this is Tamer taking the car as a shelter in order to secure the girls and his wife the tent. And as you may know, that the tent contain 1 to 2 families or 1 to 3 families. So men are not allowed to stay at the same tent they are in.
And this is what they're eating.
Yeah. If
Like,
they found, if they have the chance to find vegetables,
right.
they're expensive, super expensive.
Mm-hmm. And this is not. I couldn't survive on that. I don't.
Yeah.
You
If you
know.
go to, yeah, if you go to a hike or to have a camp in the mountain, you cannot handle it for 2 days.
No,
Ex- really, yeah, you
I,
cannot
I'm
handle
not
it.
even joking. Like I'd be Michael Scott out in the woods, trying to survive, trying to survive,
Yeah,
and likely end up hurting myself in doing so.
yeah,
So, yeah, having to have makeshift ways of getting heat, of
yeah,
cooking, like everything that they have endured, they've still been able to come up with ways to survive. Like the spirit is so strong, the resilience is so strong. I just hate that that is what they have to do.
yeah. There is nothing to do,
What
but
choice
seriously, nothing to do.
what choice do they have but to
Nothing.
survive, right?
Survive, yes.
I'm so sorry, Minna. I'm very thankful though that we've been able to get to know you through these lives
Thank
and
you.
chats and things of that nature. Of course, the circumstances are freaking terrible and I hate it, but um this is a tragic situation, but we can affect the outcome. We've
Yeah,
seen it happen, right, guys? We've seen people reunite with their families. We've just had a whole bunch recently, actually. And if you're just new to this channel, welcome. We have other videos, shorts of families reuniting. So it does work. Um,
yes.
Again, Tamara was able to secure some much needed medicine because of the contributions. So please don't stop. Whatever it is that you can contribute, it's certainly appreciated.
Yes, indeed. And thank you all for يعني, in advance for the one who's planning to contribute, for the ones who already contributed many times. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And we are not going to leave our land. Keep it in mind, please.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
way that we're going to support for
definitely.
rebuilds, all
Yeah,
that. Again,
yeah.
this is a community effort now. In order to make change, we can't just do this until like it stops. Okay, like, oh, great. Okay, the aggression has stopped. Okay, now we're done. No.
No, no, no,
And,
no.
and Fadi had asked me. He asked everybody in Alive. He was like, "What are you going to do with your kafia? Like when this stops?" I'm like, "This is like for life. I'm a for lifer now, right? Like
Mm,
all of us here, we have all realized that this change isn't going to just come in one day. It's
of
it's a
course.
walk the path kind of deal, and that included is the rebuild." And oof, alhamdulillah, I'll be there with my own hands to do some of it. That would be my to touch grass over there would be like a dream come true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Truly.
Inshallah.
Meet some of you guys.
Inshallah. Inshallah, we'll meet in person. I hope that we got the chance, or we will have the chance to meet in person. Like the only thing that I'm looking for now, when they are evacuated, I just will document everything, everything. I will share it with you individually, without this mask on my face and the
Oh,
kufiyya.
I can't
Yeah.
wait for that. I can't wait for that kind of real change. Absolutely. Um, okay, again, you guys, does anybody want to wrap up with anything? Anyone want to say anything? I want to make sure that everybody's had an opportunity to speak since you are our amazing accomplices. We're all accomplices here to doing good things, good change.
Just want to say, I love you, Mina.
I love you too, Myron.
We all love you, Mina.
I love you
Love
too,
you.
Habibati. Thank you,
Thank you for
thank you, thank you
sharing
so
your
much.
story and being here. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
We love you, Mina.
We'll keep
Love
pushing
you
for you.
too.
I wake up now, guys.
Yay! Good morning,
Who's that?
Morning,
sunlight.
buddy.
Good morning.
Yeah,
That's
tell by the
funny.
sound of your voice.
Yes, I'm
Actually,
Myron now.
since Fadi is here, you guys, just so we could also introduce him. If you've not seen his live, he was one of our he was our very first OOB live on YouTube. Um, you can listen to his story. Fadi, thanks to the contributions. Again, real change can happen. Thank you to the contributions of these amazing people. Fadi has evacuated and is now safe in Turkey, but he is advocating for the rest of his family. There's a pregnant family member. His father has a heart condition. I think his mother also needs medication. So they're dealing with some like imminent, dangerous things, just as Minna, Tamer has issues with his kidneys. So these are real life things. Imagine, the doctor's visits that you go to are just no longer available. The medications that you need, that you normally have access to, just not there anymore. It's insufferable, y'all. It's not good, but again, thankfully, alhamdulillah, to your kind donations. Fadi is safe, but we've got to get his family safe. So please go listen to his story. There's a lot of families you can get to know if you just peruse through and like and share and contribute if you can to some of their campaigns. Anybody else? Sorry, I jumped in with that, but anybody else have anything?
Oh, don't forget the conversion rate. Danish kroner.
Yes.
Yeah, again, why don't we I'm just going to show that again one last time here.
Yeah, because I have
Pull that up.
one final comment regarding this topic.
There we go. Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I took all your advices in consideration regarding the videos, the photos that I am uploading with my nieces. And I've been reached like many viewers, but unfortunately, no contributions on the GoFundMe. I think the trick here because of the currency. So it's really important to go through the story, looking at the four lines at the beginning of the GoFundMe story, so you can understand that $10 is equal to 70 Danish kroner, and $20 equal 150 kroner, Danish kroner, and $50 equal to 380 Danish kroner, and $100 equal to 750 Danish kroner. So since I have been like working so hard on the videos to reach as much as people to go the GoFundMe account, I think people will hesitate to contribute because of the currency. But please, just pay attention of the main line on the GoFundMe, that the goal is $21,000, and the conversion of the dollars to Danish kroner is $10 for 70 Danish kroner, for example.
Yeah, guys, don't let this frighten you. I have donated myself, and
Nothing's more frustrating than going on Minna's contribution list and seeing donated 10 Danish kroner. It's like, no, that's not $10. That's Danish kroner.
Oh, I got even five Danish kroner.
Yeah, I was just right here. I was just gonna show right here this anonymous like, hey, every little bit counts, right? But unfortunately, they're not donating what they think.
Yeah.
That's
So
not
that's why.
$5.
Yeah, I don't know if Kat has anything to say regarding this topic, but this is the
I wouldn't talk about that on this live. We can talk about it as soon as this ends, just because I don't want to talk about like logistics on the live.
Yeah, we'll save that we'll bore people on the TikToks with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, like, if we can just we can also end the live and we'll still be in the room together talking. We can talk a little bit about it there, but I don't want to like keep it on the YouTube live, if that makes sense.
No, totally. And so just when you're contributing, just pay attention to this right here and you'll be fine. Trust me, you will be okay. But yeah, so Minna would love your support. We appreciate your support. Look at these beautiful kids, man. That it's a gorgeous family. They have hopes, aspirations, just like the rest of us are. Normal, everyday kids, and they deserve to have a future. Everybody deserves to have some kind of future, and I hope that we can make that happen for them sooner than later. So,
Inshallah.
inshallah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for every one of you, for each one of you, for your words, words. This is more like important to me, for being there to support this campaign, to support my family, to support me. You are amazing. I just like when I have to speak on about you guys, I cannot find the words. And this is who I am. This is how I do express my feelings. I don't have any words to describe all of you, to describe the hard work that you are doing. So thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We do it with love. We do it with love.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe. And again, no pressure. If you don't have it, we understand. But just you being here, being supportive, bearing witness to the experiences of our Palestinian friends is a help. You know, really, that truly, that's what matters here in making the change. All right, y'all, we're going to end this stream and hopefully we'll be back at it soon. Thank you to our OOB accomplices here. Would you guys like to quickly shout out where our friends can find you? And I will be certain to, after the live, to input your links into the description. So that way, if anybody in our audience would like to follow you and hear about the other families that you are advocating for. Kat, why don't we start with you if that's okay?
You can find me on TikTok, the Clock app.
The clock, and look, it's really simple. It's Cat Attack Meow.
Yeah.
That's the name. Dr. Cat. And pretty much Monster Myron, isn't that your name as well?
Oh, well, on TikTok, it's MYR0N.
Okay, that's right.
2.0 heart.
If they do MYR0, your name comes up, I'm pretty certain. And Fadi, same with Fadi. His TikTok handle is his name. You'll find him. He probably has 3 accounts, I believe, because the Clock app is a jerk. Mustafa, would you like to tell us where we can find you?
Sure, you can find me on the Clock app at Mustafa. Thank
At
you.
Mustafa. Just look for that beautiful face. You'll find it.
مصطفى يا مصطفى أنا بحبك يا مصطفى مصطفى يا مصطفى.
Mikal.
We love you guys.
We love you too. Mikal.
Hello, it's Mikal.
Yes, you can find me on the Clock app as well. It's the same name. It's just Mikal.Valencia.
And all you gotta do is bark if you want to call her out. Ooh!
I have 3 accounts, so it's either Mikal Valencia or Watermelon Girl.
Ooh!
Yeah. Hard to miss. And Minna, of course, yours is already in the description, but if anybody searches Mon, M-O-N, you will find her TikTok account. But again, everything will be in the description. If it's not already there, I will make certain that it's up after the live. Please like, share, subscribe, and we're going to see you next time.
I love
talking.
you all. Thank you.
Change can happen. We just have to keep on talking. Use your voice, guys. I love you so much. I'm proud to be part of you. This is OOB out.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.